Classic TV fans, Rick Nineg here. Thank you so much for joining me today. We're going to be talking about Lucille Ball, more specifically about Lucille Ball on I Love Lucy and another show which you may have been familiar about that she starred in called Here's Lucy. Now before we get into that, if you're a fan of classic TV shows, movies, I Love Lucy, Gilligan's Island, Three Stooges, classic anything, make sure to check out my channel, browse it, over 1,700 videos for you to enjoy. Let's get right to it. Now, if you're a fan of I Love Lucy, you may have remembered this episode. It's called The Girls Go Into Business. Now, it premiered October 12th, 1953. Now, Lucy and Ethel are thinking of money, and so what they do, they buy a dress shop, Hanson's dress shop, but only the sales that they make are the ones they make to each other. Now, a buyer offers them $500 more than they paid for the shop, and they're super excited. That is until they find out that he resold the shop for $50,000. What a crazy script, and I love this episode. Lucy and Ethel battling over the name of the dress shop, Ethel loses and so forth, and the final scene, one of the final scenes, where Lucy plays grandma and she has a cast on her leg. Well, this actually happened to Lucille Ball in real life. Now, not when she was in I Love Lucy, but a little more forward in time, where she starred in a show called Here's Lucy. And I'll tell you about it now. Now, the Here's Lucy episode is number 97. This is where we first see this. And I'll tell you all about what happened. And that is, Lucille Ball is in a cast in this actual episode. Now, it's the character of Lucy Carter here. This is the 5th season of Here's Lucy, and the episode's called Lucy's Big Break. Now, aired September 11th, 1972. I mean, a full 2 decades after I Love Lucy. So what happens in this episode? Lucy has her broken leg and is in the hospital. Now, she is surrounded by her loving family members and friends, and the staff feels that she needs to rest and orders every visitor to leave her alone, which makes Lucy feel a little abandoned. Now, a handsome doctor visits in person in the next bed, and Lucy schemes to have him visit her as well. Now, the doctor catches on to this and invents an imaginary illness to teach her a lesson. Now, you may think, so what? I mean, Lucille Ball is acting like she has a broken leg. Well, no, that is not true. Here's what happened. And this was an unexpected tragedy. Now, Lucille Ball had broken her leg in a skiing accident near her condo in Aspen, Colorado. Now, this happened just before she was supposed to report to work on a movie musical called Mamie. Now, she didn't allow a broken leg to stop her entire acting career, or at least stop the Here's Lucy show. In fact, she restructured the entire show, and she didn't allow that broken leg to get in her way. She had the character of Lucy break her leg as well, and wrote much of the season around that limitation that she had. Now, the season opener, which I mentioned to you here, we can see that she is in this hospital bed, and what it did was it made the characters visit her, and she interacted with them in a different way. And it's pretty amazing to see, because they had to be forced to be a little different in how they acted and a little different in how they presented the comedy. Now, Lucy's inability to do physical stunts in this string of episodes, it allowed Lucy Arnaz, Lucy's real-life daughter, and Mary Jane Croft, you know her as Evelyn Bixby in another episode of I Love Lucy, or essentially Betty Ramsey in the Connecticut episodes. Now, both of them, they took over the spotlight. Lucy was in a wheelchair, and her leg cast made it really difficult for her to do pretty much anything. And Harry, the character played by Gil Gordon, couldn't really scream at her anymore, so his character had to become a lot more sympathetic to Lucy. And in fact, this changed the whole vibe of the show. Some people say it kind of brought life into the show, and other people say that it was the eventual downfall of the show. I think that's for you to decide and to let me know in the comments down below. Now, even Lucy Arnaz, Lucy's daughter, talked about this, and she mentioned how Lucy was screaming. She was screaming after she broke her leg, but not from the pain, but because of the hundreds of people that she thought would be thrown out of work because of her injury. Now, she thought everything was over, that the show was over, it was going to be on hiatus for a couple of months, and she decided that she was going to do something really different. They had meetings with everyone that was on the show that was creative, and they ensured her that she was not in pain and that she would move forward. So the writers changed everything. They come up with new plots for her in the wheelchair, and the doctor's only concern was that she not hurt her leg in any way in any scene. So instead of losing all these months of filming time, they went back on set in about 3 weeks, and I mean, they got right to it. My question to you is, did you know about her tragic accident that she essentially turned into something positive, something where people could continue working and she could continue her show and continue entertaining us? Even though she was in pain, even though she was a bit limited in what she can do, she did everything that she could anyway, and that is so awesome. Really cool thoughts. Have you seen these episodes? What do you think about them? Is there a favorite one that maybe stands out to you? And if not, maybe check out Here's Lucy and tell me what you think. We'll see you all next time, and don't forget, everyone, be hopeful. Thank you so much to my supporters, especially my Diamond tier patrons: Harold P, Terry Y, Jerry D, Citizen Kane 359, Jennifer P, David D, Kevin K, Sally N, and Vito L. If you want to join the patron community, check the link in the description below. Thank you.